I feel like tortas are misunderstood. I mean, they look like a regular sandwich, but are far from being one. Let me walk you through the process of making your very own special torta de milanesa. And like any other Mexican dish, this has to have a special salsa. Grab 4 roma tomatoes, 6 tomatillos, which I've already peeled and rinsed, 2 guajillos, 4 chiles de árbol, and 2 unpeeled garlic cloves. Now, follow me to the stove. Over medium to medium-low heat, toast the guajillo peppers. Also toast the chiles de árbol. Just make sure to turn them continuously, that way they don't burn. All right, these are hot to the touch as well. Ready, just transfer them into a dish. Now roast and char the tomatillos, tomatoes, and garlic until they are fully cooked through. As for the garlic, I like to leave it on the sides. Meanwhile, rinse the peppers and drain all of the water. Cover them with hot water and allow them to hydrate. Turn these as needed. They are looking wonderful, but we do need that blackened color all around. The garlic is ready. I'm gonna keep an eye on this, but let's move on to making some delicious refried beans. Place a pan over medium heat and add about 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. Once hot, add half of a white onion diced. Stir it as needed. We really just want to develop a golden brown color. Those tomatoes are ready. Look at that color, and they are fully cooked through. Tomatillos look great as well. These are looking great. Now add in 3 minced garlic cloves and stir them for about 1 minute. Next follows 3 cups of cooked pinto beans. Stir these to combine and mash them in. I like to use a potato masher. Make sure you target all of those beans. Get a nice smooth consistency. Now we do have to keep in mind we are mashing and not blending, so you're still gonna get a chunky consistency, which is what I love about doing it this way. Add some of the broth the beans were cooked in just to get it to a looser consistency. I added half a cup, but add as much as you need. These look wonderful. Add salt to taste. And they're done. Set them aside until we need them. Let's finish off the salsa, which is going to keep our torta really nice and moist. And the flavors are something else. If you don't know, then you're about to find out. Add all of the hydrated peppers straight into the blender. Just the peppers, not the soaking liquid. All of the tomatillos and tomatoes. And of course, the garlic, which smell amazing. But first, peel them. Add some salt. I like to undersalt it. That way I can adjust it at the end. Cover and blend until completely smooth. All right, let's take a look at this. I'm gonna taste this just like my mother does. A little bit to the back of your hand. Perfect. We are gonna need 2 pounds of beef top round. I did get it this morning. I asked the butcher to cut them to about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. I think they're a little bit thinner, but it'll be all right. You'll get an idea. Also, you can see a little bit of oxidation going on. Let's not worry about that. This is fresh. We just got it this morning. You are gonna get long pieces. Simply cut them in half. That way they fit comfortably in the middle of the bread. Top round tends to be on the leaner side, which is less tender and inexpensive. The inexpensive sounds great to me, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
So to tenderize it, we're gonna be using a meat mallet. I'll be using the less aggressive side because these are kind of thin. I don't need that much force. If you're looking into tougher meats, this side is the one for you. Now just season it with salt and black pepper to taste. Make sure you do both sides. Simple as that. Just gonna transfer the pieces into a plate so that we can move over to our breading station. My breading station is all set up. I just have to do some finishing touches. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Into that, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of ground ancho chile, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 tablespoon of dry cilantro, 1 tablespoon of ground onion, 1 tablespoon of ground garlic. Now mix that to combine. We're also gonna need 6 large eggs, and I'm just gonna beat them. And also 4 cups of panko breadcrumbs. Now you can use the regular kind, the one that's a little bit finer. It'll do just fine. And no need to do anything extra to this one. Take each piece of meat and dip it into the flour mixture first. Make sure you get both sides. Then it goes into the egg. And finally, the breadcrumbs. Now press in there if you have to, that way it sticks. And that's it. Following the same steps, let's make the rest. Alright, now that all the Milanesa steaks are breaded, heat about 1.5 inches of a good frying oil. I'm using avocado oil. It's good for high heat cooking and neutral in flavor. Carefully fry each breaded Milanesa. Try not to overcrowd the pot. I'll be frying 2 at a time. Just allow the underside to turn golden brown, then flip and let the other side do the same. The fact that the steaks are pretty thin is very convenient because they're not gonna take long to cook. Once golden brown, crispy, and fully cooked, transfer over to a rack to drain some of the excess oil and finish frying the rest. Milanesa is so delicious and can also be served as an entree. So many ways to enjoy it. As if that wasn't enough, here's my low-carb breaded steak version, crispy and flavorful. It starts with unsweetened, unflavored protein powder. Think about it, it's neutral in flavor and turns really crispy when fried, the ideal alternative. Mix in the same spices we seasoned the all-purpose flour with. I'll leave the detailed portions in the description area. Also add in 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, which is rich with umami flavors. Its savory qualities will boost the flavor all around. Pass the steak through the seasoned protein. You will need to press firmly to get it well coated, then dip in the egg and go for a second coating of the protein powder. All that's left to do is fry them until both sides are crispy golden brown and the inside is fully cooked. Transfer onto a sheet pan. You can always finish cooking them in the oven if needed. Both of these versions make me so excited about assembling those tortas. Let's talk bread. Bolillo and telera are the 2 types of bread used. This time we're using telera because we found it at a regular non-Mexican store and they looked amazing. They had regular and wheat telera bread. In fact, I went as far as to making my own whole wheat version because knowing the ingredients always makes me feel better. And by the way, French baguette works too. Slice the bread in half and spread mayo, or if you prefer, softened butter. Now toast them. The browning alters the flavor and allows it to better hold the toppings. Talking about toppings, mash a few avocados with a touch of lime juice and salt until creamy and slightly chunky. Let's make tortas. Feel free to spread mayo, but I will personally start with the refried beans. Add as much as your heart desires. Next, the avocado, the ideal touch of creaminess. Some shredded iceberg lettuce, sliced tomatoes and onion. Drizzle Mexican crema, the delicious smoky salsa we made earlier. See, I told you, it sure does keep it moist. Now the star of the show, our Milanesa. We're going the extra mile and doing 2 pieces. It really does make a statement. Melt Oaxaca shredded cheese over a comal. I'm not going to let it brown, but you can. Place the top bun over the cheese, slightly press, and very carefully scoop the cheese onto the bread. Place it over the torta and serve. This is going to be Nelson's torta. Now let's make mine. I'll be using my homemade whole wheat bread. Spread the avocado. Next goes the lettuce, tomato, onion, Mexican cream, salsa, and Milanesa. No cheese for me since it's already in the breading, but feel more than welcome to add the melted Oaxaca cheese. Wow, I cannot feel prouder. Such a treat. Having food right in front of you and being hungry is the best combination, and I'm stoked because this is delicious.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's do this. Are you gonna be able to finish that? I think you can.
I think so too.
All right, let's do this. Oh my God, just full of flavor, very juicy. I told you it was gonna be moist. No. Wow. You have to taste mine.
Oh, really?
I've had that one. Of course I've tasted that one. It's delicious. But this one, flavor-wise, is very similar. So good. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I love it. I love it. You just have to get creative to get it as close as you can.
That one's really good.
Yeah, and flavor to the real thing. And I have to say, bravo.
I like that bread better.
Really? I made it from scratch. I really hope you try this recipe at home. Don't forget that you can follow me on all of my social media platforms. Give this video a like. And the full printable recipe is available on villacocina.com for your convenience.
This is so good.
We're gonna go enjoy this. Until the next one. Let's go. Oh, the salsa.